When a mother speaks out after losing her son, the world listens. But when Charlie Kirk's own mother breaks her silence, revealing disturbing details about Erika Kirk, her daughter-in-law, the internet doesn't just listen, it erupts. What was once painted as a tragic death wrapped in patriotism and prayer is now being ripped apart by a grieving mother's truth. According to her, Erika wasn't the victim. She was the architect of the deception. From secret late-night calls to hidden documents Charlie never got to finish reading. This is the exposé. No one expected. And Erika's picture-perfect facade is crumbling under the weight of betrayal, guilt, and exposure. What exactly did Charlie tell his mom before everything went silent? What did Erika do after his funeral that's now being called suspicious? You're about to find out. Grab your seat, because this story, it's about to explode. Number Erika Kirk exposed. Number Charlie Kirk. Number Mexity. Number truth revealed. Number family doesn't lie. The truth doesn't always come out in grand, public explosions. It often seeps through in quiet moments, behind closed doors, whispered in sorrow by those who carry the deepest grief. That's how it started for Charlie Kirk's mother. Months had passed since her son's sudden death, and while the world tried to move on, filled with neatly packaged statements and polished eulogies, she couldn't. Something didn't sit right, not with the timing, not with the circumstances, and especially not with Erika, the woman who had stood beside her son on stages, in interviews, and at the front lines of conservative culture, but whose behavior after Charlie's death grew stranger by the day. Charlie's mother, who we'll refer to as Mrs. Kirk for privacy, never wanted to speak publicly. She'd stayed silent out of respect for the investigation, for her family, and yes, even for Erika. But when she found a letter in Charlie's private drawer, a letter he'd addressed to Mom, in case anything happens, everything changed. The letter that changed everything. The letter was short, handwritten, and folded neatly inside a black leather Bible Charlie kept by his bedside. Mrs. Kirk said she was looking through it one evening, needing to feel closer to her son, when the paper slipped out. "Mom, if you're reading this, something has gone wrong. I need you to be strong. Please don't trust everything you hear. And please don't let Erika control the story. There's more going on than you know." I tried to stop it. I really did. "I love you, Charlie." She froze. Her hands shook. She said in her own words, "It was like my son was speaking from the grave." That was the moment I knew I couldn't stay quiet anymore. What exactly was Erika trying to control? Why would Charlie warn his own mother against trusting his wife? Mrs. Kirk took the letter to a private investigator. Private investigator confirms red flags. The PI, a former federal agent with over 2 decades of experience, was initially skeptical. But after just a few days of digging, he discovered inconsistencies in Erika's movements and communications before and after Charlie's death. Some of the findings included: Erika had 2 phones, one of which was tied to a burner account linked to encrypted messaging services. She traveled to Washington, D.C., and New York for speaking events that never happened, booked under false names. Surveillance footage showed her meeting with a mystery donor just days before Charlie's final speaking tour, a man who has since gone off the grid. Most chilling? Erika had contacted Charlie's legal advisor at 2 a.m., just 12 hours before Charlie was found dead, requesting urgent revisions to their joint financial trust. When Mrs. Kirk was shown these findings, she broke down. "He tried to tell me. He left breadcrumbs. I didn't see them. But now I do." Erika's sudden move to control Charlie's legacy. Only days after the funeral, Mrs. Kirk says Erika became cold, distant, and obsessed with one thing: controlling Charlie's narrative. While the family was grieving, Erika, allegedly, locked the family out of Charlie's digital accounts, redirected media inquiries to her private PR team, refused to release the contents of Charlie's final journal, and most suspiciously, pressured the board of TPUSA to remove Charlie's parents from any decision-making roles. Mrs. Kirk revealed that Erika began rebranding Charlie's legacy under her name, planning book deals, podcasts, and spiritual conferences, all focused on the woman behind the warrior. She made it about her. Always about her. Not the truth. Not Charlie. Charlie's mental state before his death. Mrs. Kirk shared in her interview that Charlie had grown increasingly paranoid and anxious in his final months, but not in an unhinged way. He believed someone close to him was working against him. He told his mother he felt watched and handled. "He told me, 'Mom, I don't know who I can trust anymore. Even the people closest to me feel like strangers.' I thought he meant political allies. I never imagined he meant his own wife. She recalled that Charlie would often stay up late, writing in his journal, researching foreign money trails, and looking into oddities with nonprofit donations trails that Erika repeatedly asked him to drop. He told me he had discovered something that could blow things up, he said. And then he was gone. The moment Erika snapped, but perhaps the most chilling moment came just days after the funeral. Mrs. Kirk described a private conversation between herself and Erika, one that ended with Erika coldly saying, "Charlie was playing with fire. He was going to destroy everything we built. Maybe now it'll all calm down." Mrs. Kirk said she felt like someone else was speaking. It wasn't grief. It was calculation. Like someone finally able to breathe after keeping a secret too long. This statement has since been corroborated by another family member, who claims to have overheard the same disturbing phrase. The public reaction to Mrs. Kirk's statement, once Mrs. Kirk's interview dropped, posted exclusively by independent investigator and reporter at the Justice Files, social media exploded. Within 24 hours, the hashtags were trending. Number Charlie warned us. Number Justice for Charlie. Number Erika knew. Number Charlie Kirk mom speaks. Conservative influencers, many of whom had supported Erika in the past, began posting videos retracting their support and apologizing for dismissing conspiracy theories around Charlie's death. Even longtime TPUSA members released statements calling for an independent review of Erika's actions and a full audit of Charlie's foundation, which Erika had quietly merged with her own organization just 3 weeks after his passing. What comes next? Mrs. Kirk has made one thing clear. She's not stopping. They took my son. They tried to take his truth. But I'm still here. And I will not let them win. She's retained legal counsel and is working with whistleblowers, including Erika's former assistant, to build a case. More documents are said to be coming. More recordings. More receipts. The internet was ablaze. Mrs. Kirk's calm, sorrow-filled words carried more weight than any exposé or leaked memo. Because this time, it wasn't speculation. It was a mother's instinct, sharpened by grief and confirmed by facts. As her interview continued to circulate across social platforms, it caught the attention of someone who had been digging through the shadows long before the public caught on, Candace Owens. And what happened next pushed the entire situation from emotional upheaval into investigative overdrive. Candace Owens reaches out. Candace had remained relatively silent for the past few weeks. She was watching, researching, and holding her cards close. But after watching Mrs. Kirk's testimony, she posted a single statement. "I believe her. I knew something was off. Charlie deserved better." Behind the scenes, Candace had access to an internal database of financial documents, burner communications, and flagged digital trails provided by former TPUSA insiders. But she had been hesitant to go public until now. Within 24 hours, she made contact with Mrs. Kirk and arranged a private meeting. The two met quietly in a secure location, away from press, away from Erika's eyes. "She didn't cry for him. That's what stuck with me," Candace later said in a video. "When someone dies tragically, you grieve." Erika managed a brand. What Candace brought to the table shocked even Mrs. Kirk. 2 voice notes from Charlie that Candace had received but never shared until now. Charlie's hidden voice notes to Candace. In the first voice note, Charlie's tone was strained but steady. "I can't trust anyone, Candace. I think they're trying to drown me in noise. Erika keeps telling me I'm imagining things, but I know I'm not. Something's not right with the Women of Valor Fund. The money doesn't add up, and she won't give me access to the books." In the second note, recorded just 5 days before his death, "If anything happens to me, look at the offshore routing numbers tied to the Pharaon Group. Erika had a meeting with them. No one knows. She told me it was just a lunch, but their rep sent her $250K afterward through Valor. Please don't let this disappear." Mrs. Kirk cried upon hearing them, her son's voice, trembling, fearful but determined. "He was asking for help," she whispered, "and we all missed it." The financial trails Erika can't explain. Inspired by Charlie's own clues, Candace and Mrs. Kirk enlisted help from financial analyst Mark Julian, who combed through both Charlie's and Erika's nonprofit filings. What he found aligned with Charlie's warnings. Multiple wire transfers totaling $1.2 million were sent to Valor Initiative from a shell company under Centurion Holdings, a media and investment firm flagged for global influence peddling. These donations were never publicly disclosed in TPUSA filings, despite Valor being closely tied to the organization through Erika's marriage. One internal memo, leaked by a former bookkeeper, showed Erika had pushed to classify the donations as anonymous spiritual contributions despite the senders being foreign nationals. "This isn't just shady," Mark said in a YouTube breakdown. "It's potentially illegal." Number Erika Canoe. Number Charlie warned us. Number Justice for Charlie Kirk. Family emails surface and they're damning. As if that wasn't enough, a new layer of betrayal surfaced when a former TPUSA tech contractor leaked private family email exchanges stored on Charlie's personal server. The emails showed that Charlie had confided in his parents about the Valor funds 2 months before his death. In one exchange, "I tried asking Erika about the Valor books. She deflected again. I think she's hiding something, but I don't want to believe it. If I press too hard, I risk everything. But Mom, I don't know how to look away anymore." Mrs. Kirk responded at the time, "Just be careful, Charlie. The truth always finds a way out. Don't let this destroy you." Charlie's final reply, "If it does, at least someone will know I tried." The email, now public, shattered the remaining trust the public had in Erika's version of the story. Erika's public defense collapses. In response to the growing public storm, Erika Kirk released a pre-recorded statement from her Valor Initiative page. With a steely voice and a carefully designed backdrop of white lilies and scripture quotes, she began, "I know many of you have questions. Let me be clear. I have done nothing wrong. I loved my husband. I have prayed every day since his passing." But her statement fell apart under scrutiny. She failed to address the offshore donations. She refused to answer whether she blocked Charlie's financial access, and most notably, she claimed, Charlie was going through a dark time, and his paranoia made him see things that weren't there. That one sentence sparked instant backlash. Paranoia? Really? This is classic manipulation gaslighting from the grave. So Erika's defense is that Charlie was mentally unstable? Even major conservative figures who had remained neutral began pulling away. One posted, "Charlie wasn't paranoid. He was onto something, and it cost him everything." The final message, Candace, furious with Erika's response, took to X, formerly Twitter, and posted a chilling quote from Charlie. "They won't see it coming, Candace, but you will. You always do." She captioned it, "I'm done being quiet. Charlie's voice will be louder in death than they ever allowed in life." Buckle up. That post went viral instantly. Number Charlie speaks. Number Candace knows. Number expose Erika. By now, Erika Kirk was cornered. No amount of public statements, religious platitudes, or carefully staged photo ops could contain the avalanche of truth crashing down around her. The public no longer saw her as the grieving widow. They saw her as a suspect, an operator, someone who manipulated legacy, power, and perception to her advantage. But no one expected what happened next, a leak so personal, so raw, that it obliterated every last illusion she tried to maintain. Charlie's private video diary is leaked. Late one evening, a digital activist group known as The Republic Rewired posted a video titled, "Charlie's Final Days," the diary they tried to erase. It was 47 minutes long, and it sent shockwaves through every corner of the internet. The footage featured Charlie Kirk, alone in a dimly lit hotel room, speaking directly to his laptop camera. It was dated 4 days before his death. "If anything happens to me, please know I didn't give up. I saw too much, and I couldn't unsee it. And yeah, I think Erika knows more than she's letting on." Throughout the video, Charlie details how he discovered shadow accounts tied to Valor Initiative, payments labeled as Faith Alliance fees, and a mysterious third-party contractor named Lysander, whose job was allegedly to manage political PR crises through narrative control. He pauses and whispers, "She said if I keep poking around, we'd both regret it." The clip ends with a heart-wrenching line. "To my parents, if you're watching this, I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I thought I had time." Within hours, hashtags surged again. Number Charlie K. knew. Number Erika exposed. Number video diary leaks. Millions watched. Millions believed. And Erika's silence in the face of this was deafening. TPUSA board member flips. Almost simultaneously, another twist emerged. Daniel Cross, a former TPUSA board member and longtime family friend of the Kirks, released a public statement admitting he had helped suppress internal whistleblower complaints at Erika's request. He revealed, Erika pressured the board to seal internal audits of TPUSA's donation channels. She actively blocked a probe into foreign gift disclosures. She used her influence with key evangelical leaders to endorse Charlie's mental instability narrative posthumously. "We failed, Charlie," Daniel admitted. "We let her dictate the story because we were afraid of rocking the boat. But I can't keep covering this up. I won't." Daniel also turned over several internal emails, showing Erika instructing PR staff to prepare messaging in case of fallout, sent days before Charlie's unexpected passing. Footage from Charlie's funeral reveals overlooked detail. Just when the public thought the storm couldn't intensify, investigators and internet sleuths revisited the original funeral livestream, which had aired on a private channel for friends and family only. In a background moment, just behind the casket, Erika is seen whispering to a man in a navy blue suit, then handing him a small envelope. The man discreetly exits the building seconds later. Forensic analysts slowed down the footage, enhanced the image, and made a startling discovery. The man's face matched that of Jean-Luc Ferron, the foreign investor tied to the Centurion Holdings network, the same network flagged in Charlie's audio journal and financial reports. Why would Erika be speaking to a man flagged in multiple investigations at her husband's funeral? Why was she giving him an envelope? No one had an answer, but the court of public opinion had already decided. She buried the body and the truth on the same day. Erika's reputation collapses completely. Once admired for her spiritual strength and polished speeches, Erika was now persona non grata in both conservative and mainstream circles. Sponsors pulled out of her Valor Initiative conferences, faith-based podcasts, deleted interviews. Her publisher paused her upcoming book deal indefinitely. Even Turning Point USA released a statement. "We were misled. We grieve with Charlie's family and support a full and independent investigation into all recent allegations." Candace Owens, never one to hold back, posted, "This is what happens when the truth wins." She silenced Charlie. She used his name to climb the ladder. Now that ladder is burning. Mrs. Kirk responded with quiet grace but unwavering resolve. "My son died trying to protect what he built." Erika tried to twist it. But now, the world sees who she really is. Legal fallout begins. After public pressure reached a boiling point, federal prosecutors confirmed they were now investigating Erika Kirk for the following: obstruction of nonprofit audits, failure to disclose foreign donations under FARA, potential financial fraud via Valor Initiative, suspicious communications regarding Charlie's death. While no charges were filed yet, legal experts believed an indictment was imminent. The DOJ issued a formal request for Erika's private communication logs, including burner phone metadata and encrypted app messages, signaling that this was more than just optics. It was the beginning of criminal accountability. A movement forms in Charlie's name. Out of the chaos, something beautiful began to grow. Former TPUSA members, fans, and political influencers, many of whom had once idolized Erika, started organizing under a new banner. Number Truth for Charlie. The goal? Demand transparency in youth-led political organizations, create an independent watchdog committee, launch a scholarship fund in Charlie's name to support whistleblowers in politics. Candace Owens and Hannah Kirk appeared together at a vigil, holding hands. Candace said, "He was more than a voice. He was a compass. And we let someone twist it for power. No more." The moment had come. What started as a grieving mother's instinct had now spiraled into a full-fledged investigation with national implications. Erika Kirk, once praised for her faith and femininity, was now facing a tidal wave of backlash, not from her critics but from Charlie's own base, the very people she once claimed to inspire. And in a move that made headlines from coast to coast, federal agents delivered a subpoena to Erika's estate, just days after the leak of Charlie's video diary. The truth was no longer hiding in whispers or encrypted chats. It was written on court documents. The illusion of innocence was gone. Erika, officially subpoenaed, inner circle begins to crumble. Erika's attorney released a brief statement after the subpoena. Mrs. Kirk maintains her innocence and looks forward to clearing her name. But behind the scenes, panic had set in. Her former assistant, Maria Hill, who had stayed silent for months, agreed to cooperate with investigators in exchange for protection under whistleblower laws. Maria turned over encrypted backups of Erika's Valor Initiative email threads, internal memos from Erika's PR team about crisis containment, and a handwritten note from Erika that read, "If Charlie opens his mouth before Q4 is over, everything we've built will fall apart." Maria also revealed that Erika held a private donor retreat just 1 week before Charlie's death where she allegedly told a group of elite financiers, "Charlie's mission is no longer aligned with the movement. I'll handle it." That phrase, "I'll handle it," would become the rallying cry against Erika on social media. Number she handled it. Number justice for Charlie. Number valorous poison. Charlie's full journals published, the heartbreaking truth. Following court orders, Erika was forced to turn over Charlie's handwritten journals to his family. Mrs. Kirk, in partnership with Candace Owens, chose to release them to the public through a neutral outlet. The published pages showed a mind consumed with anxiety, betrayal, and a desperate desire to protect what he believed in. I built something real. And now it feels like a circus of lies. Valor Initiative is bleeding us dry and she's lying to my face. Another page read, Mom doesn't trust Erika. I can feel it. Neither do I. Every time I ask a question, I get scripture and silence. Perhaps the most painful entry of all. I miss who I thought Erika was, but I know now that the woman I loved is gone. Or maybe she never existed. The journals painted a tragic portrait of a man slowly being isolated and stripped of his own legacy, one lie at a time. Candace Owens calls for federal oversight of political nonprofits. Galvanized by the journal's release, Candace Owens took to the national stage once again. This time, not just as a commentator, but as an activist. On her show, she declared, "This isn't just about Charlie anymore. This is about how unchecked power operates under the mask of virtue, how money flows through back doors, and how influencers become puppets." Candace called for a federal audit of political nonprofit transparency laws, a ban on faith laundering, the use of religious labels to disguise financial manipulation, and the creation of Charlie's Law to protect whistleblowers within political movements. Her monologue went viral, racking up 18 million views in under 48 hours. The rally that changed everything, Mrs. Kirk's public stand. Then came the moment no one could have predicted. Mrs. Kirk stepped onto a stage in Washington, D.C., just 1 year after her son's passing. The rally had been organized by a bipartisan group of youth activists, many of them former TPUSA supporters disillusioned by what had unfolded. Tears rolled down Mrs. Kirk's face as she stood at the podium. "I didn't ask for this fight. I only wanted the truth. But when you bury your child, and the silence around their death gets louder than your heartbeat, you have no choice but to scream." The crowd erupted in chants of, "Truth for Charlie! We believe you! Hold her accountable." Mrs. Kirk continued, "My son loved Erika. That's what makes this harder. But love doesn't mean immunity from the truth. And now, I stand for him, because he no longer can." The speech was broadcast live. It trended for days. It was the turning point. Erika's final social media meltdown. Under massive pressure and mounting legal scrutiny, Erika made the ill-fated decision to go live on Instagram in an unscheduled emotional address. In the video, she appeared rattled, makeup smeared, visibly angry. "This isn't justice, it's a witch hunt. I was Charlie's wife. I knew him better than anyone. I carried him through every breakdown, every bad press cycle, every betrayal. And now, because I survived him, I'm your villain?" At one point, she directly addressed Mrs. Kirk. "You weren't there like I was. You didn't see how broken he was. You want a story that makes you feel better, and I won't play along." The comments section went nuclear. "Victim blaming a grieving mom is crazy. This just sealed her fate. You carried him? Sounds like you buried him." Within minutes, Erika's live was screen recorded and reposted by hundreds of creators, many of them former fans. DOJ expands its investigation. By now, the Department of Justice had no choice but to escalate the investigation into Erika's financial and personal involvement in Charlie's death. Key developments included: a forensic audit revealed misappropriation of over $2.3 million in Valor Initiative donations, including funds routed to a shell LLC in the Bahamas. Phone records placed Erika near a secured TPUSA server the same night confidential files were deleted. Testimony from Maria Hill confirmed Erika ordered her staff to sanitize internal emails the day before the subpoena was delivered. Federal prosecutors released a statement. "We are evaluating all evidence and taking this matter very seriously." Whispers of a potential indictment loomed large. Just when the dust seemed to be settling and Erika Kirk's world was already on the verge of collapse, another bombshell dropped, and this time, it came from within her own trusted circle. For months, speculation had surrounded Erika's former inner staff. Whispers suggested they knew more than they were letting on. Now, that whisper became a roar, as a former communications aide stepped forward with proof that would shatter the last remnants of Erika's carefully constructed narrative. And with one audio clip, the final illusion died. The secret recording. He can't know everything. The anonymous whistleblower, a former media strategist who had worked under Erika for 3 years, leaked a covert recording to Candace Owens' team. It was taken just 3 weeks before Charlie's death, during a meeting Erika had with her top advisors. In the clip, Erika's voice is unmistakable. Charlie is getting too close. He's connecting the dots between Valor and Centurion. If he brings this to the board, we're done. An aide responds nervously. What do we do? Erika's reply? We divert, delay, distract. If he won't stop, I'll make sure he doesn't say another word to the press. The room goes silent, followed by Erika saying, we can't afford to let him blow everything up before the transition is complete. The implication was chilling. What transition was she referring to? And more importantly, what did she mean by, make sure he doesn't say another word? The clip spread like wildfire across social media. Major networks picked it up. Even Erika's most loyal defenders began deleting their posts. News networks tear into the scandal. On national TV, commentators and anchors dissected the recording frame by frame. On the Daily Rundown, a legal analyst said, this isn't just a damaging soundbite. It's potentially criminal. At best, it's evidence of willful obstruction. At worst, it suggests premeditated harm. On Real America Now, a host known for defending Erika previously admitted, I got it wrong. We all did. That woman didn't just lose her husband. She buried the truth about him. Fox News aired a special segment titled, The Widow's Web, chronicling Erika's downfall from spiritual figure to potential suspect. Number she knew. Number Charlie deserved better. Number expose Valor. Number justice unfolding. The transition plan, what was she covering up? The leaked clip sparked renewed interest in the term transition that Erika had mentioned. Investigative journalists dug deeper into the financial timeline of the Valor Initiative, discovering that just prior to Charlie's death, Erika had begun legally separating Charlie's name from all branded content. She restructured Valor into a 501c4, allowing for political lobbying and reducing public financial transparency. She signed a private deal with a D.C. consulting firm, Lycaris Group, known for managing narrative redirection and public cleanups. This transition was never disclosed to Charlie or the TPUSA board. A document marked Confidential 3Q Strategy revealed that Erika planned to replace all future TPUSA branding with Valor messaging and repackage Charlie's teachings as her own through a new podcast and book deal titled His Voice Through Her Eyes. The chilling part? The pitch deck for that deal was dated 5 days before Charlie died. Erika's book deal canceled. Fallout continues. After the transition strategy went public, Erika's publisher, Living Word Press, immediately canceled her upcoming memoir. In a public statement they wrote, due to recent developments and the ethical concerns surrounding Erika Kirk's conduct, we are terminating our agreement effective immediately. Several churches that had once invited Erika to speak also rescinded their offers. Faith-based influencers began to speak out. Erika used scripture like armor, not truth. That's not faith. That's manipulation. The few remaining allies Erika had, mainly from her influencer circle, started jumping ship. Her own podcast co-host posted a cryptic Instagram story saying, I can't stand behind this. Prayers for the truth. Mrs. Kirk discovers the final message. In a moment that could have been scripted for a film, Mrs. Kirk received an unmarked envelope in the mail. Inside was a USB drive, sent anonymously. On it, a final voice message from Charlie, recorded just 48 hours before his death. In the message, Charlie sounded exhausted, but clear. I've made copies of everything. If this reaches you, Mom, then I didn't make it. Don't let Erika twist this. I trusted her with my heart, my mission. And now, I can't trust her with the truth. He continued, there's a safety deposit box in Glendale. Use the key I left in my desk drawer. It has everything. Mrs. Kirk, with help from her legal team, found the box. Inside? Documents. Wire transfer records. Notes. Photos. Proof of Erika's connections to Pharaon, to Centurion Holdings, and to the restructuring of Valor behind Charlie's back. Candace Owens tweeted, it's done. He really did leave the map. Now we follow it. Erika's inner circle completely collapses. Within a week, every remaining staff member resigned from Valor. 2 more came forward with affidavits confirming that Erika had full knowledge of the financial discrepancies, instructed staff to remove Charlie from Valor's internal databases, and had planned to launch a legacy campaign in her own name starting the day after Charlie's funeral. With the evidence mounting, Erika's legal team went silent. Her Instagram account went dark. The Valor Initiative website was taken offline. Meanwhile, Mrs. Kirk filed a formal petition to reclaim Charlie's intellectual property and strip Erika of all legal ties to his estate. Public sentiment was absolute. She tried to erase him, but he left a trail too loud to silence. The world responds a call for reform. From the ashes of scandal came purpose. Charlie's former allies, once scattered and silenced, began organizing under a single goal: truth in political activism. The Kirk Standard began trending worldwide, advocating for financial transparency in all youth political orgs, ethics boards within non-profit political arms, whistleblower protections across ideological lines. Candace Owens and Mrs. Kirk appeared on multiple platforms, launching a public trust initiative aimed at ensuring no other leader's voice is ever muted by power again. The public pressure had finally boiled over. The facade Erika Kirk, once hid behind glamour, God, and grief, had been shattered by documents, testimonies, and her late husband's haunting voice from beyond the grave. For weeks, rumors swirled about indictments. Investigators had followed trails across encrypted servers, offshore accounts, and even funeral home back channels. But now, it was official. Erika Kirk had been indicted by a federal grand jury. The charges were serious. Among them, obstruction of justice, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, misuse of nonprofit funds, and potential interference in a federal whistleblower investigation. The woman once hailed as the spiritual compass of conservative youth was now facing the most serious trial of her life, one not in the media, but in a court of law. And when Erika finally stepped into that courtroom, her mask cracked not from public judgment, but from the weight of everything Charlie had left behind. Erika's day in court. The first statement. It was a cold Monday morning when Erika arrived at the courthouse. Dressed in black, with oversized sunglasses and flanked by 2 attorneys, she refused to answer press questions. But inside the courtroom, her voice, once confident and commanding, was subdued, trembling. In a shocking move, Erika opted to make a statement to the court before the hearing officially began. "I've been misrepresented, misunderstood, and maligned. I loved Charlie Kirk with my entire soul. But he was deeply troubled in his final days. He pushed everyone away, including me." Her words were met with a sharp gasp from Mrs. Kirk, seated in the gallery. The judge interrupted. "This is not a platform for character arguments. You are here to respond to the charges presented before you." Erika pled not guilty, but as the prosecution outlined their case fueled by mountains of evidence from Charlie's journals, whistleblowers, and encrypted files, her defense looked paper-thin. The final safety deposit box revealed. The linchpin of the prosecution's case wasn't just a spreadsheet or a text message. It was something deeply personal, undeniably human, and completely devastating. Charlie Kirk's final safety deposit box, accessed under court order, contained a voice memo recorded the night before his death, a notarized letter to his attorney warning of a planned financial betrayal, a physical copy of Valor's true donor roster, including hidden foreign contributors, and a USB stick labeled, "If Erika denies this, play it." When prosecutors submitted the USB into evidence, the entire courtroom fell silent. In the video, Charlie speaks directly to camera, exhausted, vulnerable, but clear. "If you're watching this, Erika is saying I was unstable. I wasn't. I was tired of being lied to. Tired of watching my name get turned into a brand. If she says I was delusional, ask why she had meetings with Centurion Holdings without telling me. Ask why she deleted our shared accounts and locked me out of Valor's records. Ask who gave her that money." He ends with, "And if she cries on TV, remember Erika always knew how to cry on cue." The entire courtroom sat in stunned silence. Even Erika looked shaken. Public outcry, and a twist no one saw coming. The world reacted instantly. The clip of Charlie's USB message hit every platform within minutes. "Number Charlie warned us" and "Number Erika knew" trended across all social networks. Even major conservative voices, some who had previously backed Erika, began issuing apologies to Charlie's family. But the most shocking twist came when a separate investigator revealed new footage surveillance video from a private Valor retreat 2 months before Charlie's death. The video showed Erika in an intense argument with an unnamed donor, saying, "Charlie is going to expose everything. If we don't take control of this narrative now, it's over." The donor remains unidentified, but internet sleuths believe him to be linked to a private political fund that had previously supported Erika's speaking circuit. This footage opened a new layer to the case, one pointing beyond Erika to a network of political operatives with millions at stake. Erika wasn't just acting alone. She was protecting something much larger. Mrs. Kirk takes the stand. As the trial progressed, Mrs. Kirk was called to testify. Her appearance was emotional, yet composed. She carried Charlie's journal with her as she approached the witness stand. My son tried to tell the truth. He left me the pieces. Erika tried to bury them. And now, I'm here to honor him. When asked if she believed Erika was capable of manipulation, her answer was chillingly simple. She manipulated all of us, especially Charlie. She ended her testimony by reading one final journal entry. No matter how this ends, I know the truth will find a way. I just hope it doesn't cost me everything. The courtroom wept. Even the judge paused to compose himself. National reckoning. Outside the courtroom, Charlie's story had become a cultural flashpoint. Rallies formed in cities across America, not just to support Charlie's legacy, but to demand transparency in political nonprofits, accountability in faith-based finance, and an end to personality cults built on deception. The Charlie Standard was introduced as a proposed set of ethics guidelines for all 501c3 and 501c4 political organizations, full disclosure of foreign donations, board-level approval of major rebranding decisions, mandatory whistleblower hotlines, public-facing financial audits. Mrs. Kirk, alongside Candace Owens and Daniel Cross, launched the Charlie Foundation, dedicated to protecting the next generation of political truth-tellers. Number Truth for Charlie. Number Erika Kirk on trial. Number Legacy restored. Number No More Silence. Erika's fate. As Part 6 comes to a close, the court has yet to render a final verdict. But with every shred of evidence, every voice memo, and every piece of Charlie's digital legacy that survived her control, the public consensus is clear. She's guilty at the very least, of betrayal, at the most, of so much more. Erika's lawyers now seek a plea deal. Rumors swirl that she's willing to name other collaborators in exchange for a reduced sentence, whether she walks free or faces prison. One thing is certain: Charlie's voice will never be erased again. If this story shook you, it should. What happened to Charlie Kirk wasn't just a tragedy, it was a warning about blind loyalty, unchecked influence, and what happens when truth becomes inconvenient to power. Erika Kirk thought she could rewrite the ending, but thanks to Charlie's own voice, his family's courage, and those brave enough to leak the receipts, the truth survived. If you believe in justice, drop a comment below with number Justice for Charlie, and share this video to keep his voice alive. Don't let legacy be manipulated for profit. Don't let truth be buried by branding. Subscribe to @McCity for more deep dives, real investigations, and exposés they don't want you to see. We're not done uncovering what's next, and trust me, it gets deeper. Rest in power, Charlie. Your story is far from over.